Sir, shall we start, sir?
Yeah, you can. I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Very good afternoon to all the speakers as well as our intern students. Very delighted to see you again after our morning session. This is, I think, we have this is an our summer online internship, which is connecting by Institute of Engineers, Tiruvallur Local Center, along with Ursago Solution. We have almost started with our internship on Saturday, and this is a session of 30th number. So almost we have covered up 29 sessions in the last almost a week. I can say like more than 8 to 9 days. Today is the 10th day. So thank you so much for our speakers who have connected with us, and he's like we should say like he's an IAF from Indian Air Force a person. So we are delighted to invite you for the session. Our team of Institute of Engineers has like so much of delighted, and I'm seeing you for this a wonderful session, especially on the upcoming technology like drone technology, which is the key of the hour, and it's going to have lots of applications for our nation, especially from the students community. So they're all like already working in lots of drone technology, but how exactly they can focus their knowledge as well as the energy. So before we hand over our session to our speaker, it's my duty to introduce our speaker to our intern. So, veteran wing commander M. Jayakumar is a founder, chairman, and managing director of Enroute Technology Limited, Tanjavur. Veteran Wing Commander Jayakumar served as a flying navigator in the Indian Air Force and has more than 2,000 years of flying experiences. He is alumnus of Air Force Academy and Navigation Training School, Hyderabad, College of Air Warfare, Secunderabad, and Air Force Administrative College, Coimbatore. He has a distinction of being commander office of a frontline combat unit for more than 5 years, wherein contributed immensely towards the air defense of strategic assets of the nation. During his tenure of CO, he initiated various indigenous projects wherein collaborated with scientists, professors, and students. Even now, he is associated with various institutions like IIT Chennai, PMIST, PRIST, Shastra Institute, and Sandeep University, Nasik, where he encourages students and faculty members to acquire R&D skills and to enhance their knowledge on application-oriented technology. During his career of 28 years in the IAF, has acquired qualification in various fields including engineering, medicine, PRM, HRM, literature, and history. Presently, he is pursuing human resource management as a PhD scholar. He is also specialist in aerial photography, nuclear biological and chemical warfare, jungle and snow survival, surface to air missile operation, electronic warfare, and air show management. He is a designer come project director of indigenous missile simulator named Poems, which is the first ever patented innovations of the IIF, which could save thousands of crores of rupees to the nation. He received PM Certificate of Excellence for Innovation and was personally appreciated by the Honorable President of India, Vice President, Defense Minister, and Chief of Defense Staff and other dignitaries for his achievement. He is presently mentoring more than 30 startups, also guiding professors and students of various engineering colleges, including university, to undertake make in India projects. This team is also indigenously developed various automations products for IAF, DGQA as a part of Make in India effort. Recently, the anti-drone simulator and aerospace safety and surveillance drone system designed by Enroute have been accepted by IAF authority. This team of innovators spread across the country is specialized in the field of indigenization, automation, and simulation by employing various technology, including artificial intelligence, drone technology, wireless networking, software, optronics, and renewable energy. Wing Commander experiences in air defense, aviation, R&D, and security enable him to provide solutions for challenges faced by the medical fraternity, defense, security force deployed in the airport, railway station, port, nuclear installation, especially in the view of imminent threat from COVID. His team deployed drones for spraying disinfectant in indoor. His mission is to guide MSME student and R&D teams to successfully undertake indigenous funded projects in a cost-effective and time-bound manner. Such a wonderful and versatile speakers we have got today. We should salute you, sir, because the contribution you have given to the nation is directly involved. And definitely, I think your talk is going to inspire our students, and they will also become a part of a team of Enroute, and they can also serve for the nations in bringing Make in India as one of the important perspective right now our nation is seeing in the new normal of COVID. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I will session is over to you, sir. You can initiate. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gokul. And let me return the salute to you. Very good afternoon to one and all. It's indeed my privilege to interact with the young minds of the country, and especially the engineers. I'll tell what an engineer meant to me subsequently. And what you see on the slide as of now is one of my favorite quote: "Attitude determines altitude." That is in Tirukkural. "Vellathane malar neetam mandardam ullathane adu uyaru." This is my favorite quote. And also, as aeronautical students, I understand you also appreciate what is the importance of attitude for an aeroplane. Whether climbing, descending, or flying, cruising, everywhere the attitude is important. So, for a human being, also, the attitude is very much important. And because this altitude will determine the altitude at which you will reach. So, of course, none other than our people's president, beloved Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, I could think of. That's how I added his image as well. And when you try to reach the sky, you will realize that the sky is not the limit. After reaching that, you will realize that. When you stand here at the bottom, you will always feel that sky is the end. I should reach the sky. As you go closer, you will realize that the sky is not the limit. You will exceed. So this is what I wanted to start the preamble of my speech. And the topic given to me is user perspective on drone technology. Yeah, I specifically taken the topic as user perspective because I'm not an expert. I'm only a user. And only thing is I use this technology in different perspectives, different operations, functions. So as an engineer, you may know how to make a drone and how to operate it, how to repair it, maintain it. But ultimately, if as a user, I'm not satisfied, all your effort go waste. Your professors, they are trying to teach you so many things in various methodologies. If as a student, if you don't perform well, if you don't acquire the skills and the knowledge, all this effort goes waste. So, though I've been flying in the Air Force, about 2000 hours of flying I did, but it's totally a different ball game when it comes to the drone. Because as a pilot or a navigator, we sit inside the plane and fly. I see what the plane sees through what the plane is going through. But when it comes to the drone, we do both. You have to see the FPV as if you are sitting inside as well as outside. Why? Because when the aeroplane is coming towards you, you are facing it, but you have to imagine that you are coming towards yourself. It's a very complex thing, but then you all are too good. This generation is very adept in acquiring newer skills, unlike our generation where we have to keep rigoring ourselves. So in this talk, I will be touching upon the background. First of all, why I have taken my time out, because there is some reason to it. And also, there are various roles which are played by the UAV today in society, which you all will know more about it rather than myself. Still, I will say where all it can be used. And the challenges and opportunities as an engineer, what we will face, especially in the field of drone today. And when I talk of engineers, and still people have got some confusion about what an engineer or her job. So then I will dwell upon what is the user perspective of drone. You all must have been told aerodynamics and avionics, so many things. But then as a user, how I look at the drone and what I want my drone to do. In turn, what I want my engineer to do with my drone requirements. So that I will do. And in the end, I would like to share my personal experience. It is only to give you a confidence that it's not only if you're a drone specialist, you can make a drone. I'm not undermining the skill sets, but if you want to do anything, you don't have a certificate to do. What you need is exposure and experience and the determination to you will succeed definitely. And then after that, the best way to think is to interact with the young minds. You make us think so much and learn so much. Okay. So let me see what is the background with which I am sitting in front of you to talk. Almost all of you are engineers, but then believe me, engineers without economical support, you cannot do anything. Whether it is manufacturing or designing or maintenance, we all need money, even to run our families. So I'll touch upon some aspects of GDP. You all must be aware, GDP is gross domestic product. Okay, this is a terminology used by economists, but then if you do MBA, you will come to know this is about 3 trillions approximately. India is the 7th largest economy in the world. That's all in the news also you can find out. And it is the fastest growing drone market in the world. 2012 or so, the momentum picked up. But from then till 2020, India is, in terms of growth, you may not have approximately somewhere I read about 40,000 drones are there in India. It's more than that probably, since people are not having the
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
So India topic by the very relevant. I think some
So some network issue. It's again complete breaking. I think you can switch off your video and you can talk. I think.
Can you give me feedback? Yeah.
You can unmute, sir. So you need to unmute, sir. I think. I think no, sir. You can switch off your video, sir, and you can talk. I think because of bandwidth, I think it's.
Yeah. Can you? Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's completely breaking.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, you can switch off your video mode, sir. Video mode.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Very clear, sir.
Okay, I'm also setting up on standby. Yeah. Sorry for the
you
interruption.
Can share your PPT, sir.
Yeah, I'll do that. you see my screen now?
Visible, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. Let me get back to the slide. Okay, the background as I brought out, I'll just rush through it. The main concern is India is seventh largest economy, fastest growing
Sir, you can unmute, sir. I think. Sir, I think. Yes, sir, we can hear. But sir, video mode, I think you can switch off and only by because bandwidth, I think it is increasing. Sir, Jaykumar sir. Sir, உங்களுடைய வீடியோவை நீங்க ஆஃப் பண்ணிடலாம் சார். ஆடியோ மூலமா பேசலாம். Bandwidth. Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir. But break ஆகுது சார். வீடியோவை நீங்க ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிடலாம் நினைக்கிறேன்.
Okay.
வீடியோ ஸ்டாப் பண்ணினா ஆடியோ கிளியரா கேட்கும்.
That will be better. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Okay.
Yeah. என்ன
Stop video. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Now okay, sir.
Okay. Now, can you share the slide on my behalf? Or I can share. That's not an issue.
You can share, sir. Yes, sir. You can share. Sir.
Okay, fine. I'll share it and then only speak.
Yes.
You are able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. I think some of the background is not good, it seems, for India. Anyway, but if you see the Global Innovative Index, GII means Global Innovative Index, where the international organization, WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, they rank the countries as to whether the country is innovative enough to lead the world or not. So if you see in that, in 2015, we were number 81, and we have steadily come up to the position of 52. But then 7th rank in economy, but then innovation, 52. Imagine when we call ourselves as knowledge capital of the world, everything we talk. But then why the knowledge capital is not somewhere in the top 10 even? The Singapore, nearest neighbor, a neighboring country, they are in the top 10. Switzerland, one of the smallest countries in the world, they are first in the position. You as engineers have to answer this. Of course, we have as industry as well as the academia also have to answer, but then the future is in your hands. Please ensure that the 52 becomes single digit first and then to the top. And then another issue what today we face is lack of R&D infrastructure and funding, guidance, industry, academia interface. All these issues are definitely a problem. But having said this, the government has stepped up its Make in India campaign, where they want or they expect or they boost the MSMEs as well as the institutions to contribute towards R&D, indigenous development, everything. So that is where I'm going to pitch my speech at. To start with, it will look like childish to say asking a question like, "What is a drone?" Everybody has got a different understanding of any subject. For me, I'm a novice. As your professor brought out, I'm not a drone specialist. I'm not an engineer as well. I have worked as an engineering technician and I've flown aeroplane. But when it comes to qualification, I don't have much to boast. So let me show off my ignorance that what I understand drone as. For me, it's an unmanned aircraft. Aircraft is anything that flies. So it is unmanned, first of all. Secondly, I see it as a robot. It does a lot of things on its own or through remote control. It's as if like a robot. And I say force multiplier. Why? Because if you have a particular equipment, say camera, and you may have a gun, you may have a sensor, so many things, communication equipment. But when you put all those things in a drone, it becomes Superman or a super robot. That is making it as a force multiplier. It can be used in any number of occasions, any challenging situations, environment where human being cannot go. And then another thing what I understood about a drone is it's remotely controlled or autonomous, where you feed in your waypoints and then GPS aided or inertial navigation. It is a remotely controlled or autonomous aerial platform. And it has got any number of technologies you can involve in this. As far as I could gather, the basics are IoT, since it involves so many other equipment, networking. It's IoT, that one stage of that is artificial intelligence. It takes its own decision, obstacle avoidance and other things. Then it comes to GPS. Obviously, it should know where it is. Sensors. Sensor may be a camera or a signal sensor or thermal sensor, and it can be any geological sensors also. And then weapons, since the drone initially was used for defense use, so the weapons have also been made part of it. You must have all seen in news a lot of misuse and use of drones for various other things. And deliverables, I put it, because it can be used for delivering your medicine, food. These days, the talk is there. Amazon has already got clearance in America to get the things delivered through the drone. Okay, so it can do multiple roles. You can use it for a birthday party or a wedding party to take a photograph, or you can drop bomb, you can drop pamphlets, it can sense something, it can go and do inspection of strategic assets, even the cables of your TNEB, high tension cables you can inspect the solar, you just name it. The drone is a versatile equipment. So this is the drone. So that is the reason why I want to share with you my thoughts and as a user what I am expecting. While telling all this itself, I expressed where all I am intending to use the drone. And what is the opportunity? Like I may talk anything, but what is the opportunity for you as an engineer who is interested in drone manufacturing or drone maintenance? Now this is the global drone market is about 43 billion estimated as on 2024. Okay. So average rate of growth is 20.5 per annum. It was made in the year of somewhere in 2016 or so. Investment since 2012 was 3 billion. It's whole world. Whereas $702 million US dollars has been made only in 1 year, 2018. So from there, the momentum picked up. India also picked up. Now, if you see, as I said earlier, India is the fastest growing drone market in the world. How do I say? Because they expect by next year, notwithstanding Corona, $885.7 million will be the drone market size in India alone. Okay, and then why so much of noise about drone? Because it has pervaded all the industries, whether it is agriculture or aerospace, in between, everything is part of it. Security, surveillance, medical, law and order, safety, disaster relief, name it, communication relief. So the application is wider. If you ask me, after the computer or information technology and mobile, of course, part of that, now it is a drone which is going to revolutionize, and it is a drone which is going to integrate all the bygone modern technologies to do its job. And also understanding this, the government of India, through its DGCA and a lot of other departments like Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Defense, everybody is talking about drones today. And correctly, the industrial giants, be it India, Idea Forge or Reliance or Mahindra Tech, everybody is investing in this. So this is the opportunity for engineers who are interested in taking a drone as a career. But any opportunity has got its own challenge as well. It's not to scare you, it is to sensitize you as to how you can contribute, how you can derive the maximum by availing the opportunity without falling into the pitfall of challenges. Before that, I want you to see the growth of drone industry in the world. It is courtesy PwC India. They have published this. If you see here, up to somewhere in the 90s, it's flat. There is nothing new. Just they kept going. From 90s, it picked up momentum. From 20, almost it's become vertical. It's going straight up into the sky. So now we are into other domain where more than the technological development, what we are doing now is the application development. What all fields it can be used, we are doing that. Okay, now the challenges, what I said, it is definitely a cutting edge technology. But the people who are handling, whether it is regulatory bodies or the institutions or industry, we all still have a bit amount of traditional mindset. Oh, how can it do? What will happen? I've been doing this way only. Something like computer only. A couple of decades ago, when the computer came, people had same opposition, everything. Later now, everybody is using computer. Same with the mobile also. And technological limitations. When we talk of some technology, we take it to a level where it is the ultimate. Nothing else can come in the world. That's how we talk. That is the community, maybe scientist community or engineers, or in general, we all talk about that. But then remember, whatever the technology may be, whatever the limitation be, ultimately the user decides what the technology should do and what you have to provide. Yes, if you see on the top right and left, I put my company's logo, which has the motto also: educate, equip, empower. This is what you have to educate the user and equip the user with the product, and then empower him with your application. So this user demand has to be defined, redefined by you as an engineers while you interact with them. And then capability versus security concerns. It can do anything and everything. If I fly my drone over your house, you may not like it. If I fly it across your bedroom, you may not like it. These all things are being faced in the society now. It may be for fun, or it's not knowing the rules and regulations. So the government has put in a lot of restrictions, and regulations are coming. You have to register your drone. You have to be trained properly. It's something like if you have to drive a car, you have to have a license. But then for drone, nobody is talking about that. So that is another matter of concern as well as a challenge. Faster upgradation of technology. So anything which comes, especially this kind of breakthrough technologies, they move at a rapid pace. But the system of education, what we have in today, whether it's not only in India, across the globe, we have a problem of revising syllabus. Before the book is printed, the technology becomes outdated. It's something like your mobile. You do a lot of research, buy a mobile, and then finally you go to the shop, buy also. Before you come out, you get one WhatsApp message that this is the latest launched by Samsung or somebody. You feel bad about it. So it's something like a cat and mouse game. One you get, another one is already waiting. But nevertheless, the basics remain same. Whether it is a drone or aeroplane or a rocket or a missile, the aerodynamics never changes. So if you understand what is aerodynamics, what is communication, what is propulsion, what is airframe, you don't have to bother about all this upgradation. It's everything. What is available, the base remains same. Physical science never changes. The natural resources never change. It's only the combination of all these applications and equipment. And as I brought out earlier, the regulatory needs of the government or any societal requirements restrict the exploitation of full capability. Like, I can use nuclear energy for anything and everything, but then there are certain norms. How do you use it? Where to use it? Only for power generation you will use. You may use it for flying some equipment, an aeroplane, or it may be used for some other energy requirements, but you can't use it for making war. So that's the cat and mouse game again. The drone can be used for this purpose, that purpose. It is being regulated by international bodies as well as the government. And then comes the cost intensity of R&D. Because anything you do R&D, you all must be aware by now, especially the third year, fourth year students, you all must have done your project as part of your curriculum. Their main problem is the cost. You are not bothered much about the concept because that you understand, your professors have educated you enough. But when it comes to cost, you have to get back to your parents. And what will you do with that little amount of money? Say goes into the industries also. If I spend for R&D, what am I going to get? Okay, so this is a challenge and lack of financial support. It's related to that. So why should I pay you? I am paying you salary and you do my job. If you have to do R&D, you do it and then bring it to me. That's why only the bigger companies are able to handle as of now. Even they are not able to match the R&D requirements. The government is pitched in to support them in R&D as well as setting up of some labs and other things. This your professors may be sharing with you all, otherwise it's out in the open, it's available. So now, so many opportunities, problems, and your talent, everything is there. Then where is the solution? Why everybody gives us problem only? Everyone says, I'm looking up to the youth or the younger generation, future leader, you do it. But obviously, I can't throw a question to you without giving you a solution or where to look for. But then again, I'm back to you. The solution lies in the hands of engineers. Oh, again, why only engineer? Why not others? Am I the only guy or girl in this country to shoulder all the responsibility? I'm not saying this because the engineers are always looked upon, whether it is agriculture or medical or engineering itself, education, any field you take. Tell me where there is no endorsement of engineer. Go to any hospital, the high-tech hospitals in the country or in the international arena. Remove all the technological things which have been contributed by engineers, be it a stethoscope or BP machine, thermometer, or your ECG, EAG, MRI, computer, and your ventilator, all are designed and developed by the engineers. Remove them, then what is left there? Nothing. So that is the significance from a needle or safety pin, everything. Of course, don't ask me who is the engineer who has designed, what is the degree for making safety pin. That takes us to the next question. Who is an engineer? Did that guy who made the ball pen or ball, a pin, an engineer? So how do you define an engineer? Everything is engineer. Everything is engineer. Who is an engineer? Simple definition. You can Google it also. Otherwise, I liked out of the whole. This I liked. Engineer is the one who designs and builds things to solve real world problems. This is very beautiful and catchy. I liked because here it doesn't talk about 4-year BTech, 2-year MTech, PhD, MPhil. Nothing it is talking about. It is the threadbare definition of an engineer. That's why we got a lot of frugal engineers in the country and across the globe. If you see whatever the scientist names you have read so far in the history as well as in the science books, I don't think all of them are qualified engineers or scientists in true sense. But they are born genius and their methodology work, what they did, that's what we are studying in the school. Ready-made we are getting. That's the only difference. Otherwise, if you're an engineer, you will definitely do these things. You will design and build things. So, how an engineer solves a problem? He or she discovers whatever is whether it is about nuclear energy or hydel energy, wind energy, solar energy. Nobody created it. They discovered that these resources can be used for something. Same way with the radio waves and other natural resources. So engineer discovers also. Now then invents. How he or she does inventions. Invention is when you find something is not working or something you want, you are not able to do, then you create. There you do some creation of products. Natural process you want to replicate and you create a product and you invent a new medicines or you invent new process, everything you can do. But the last one, what you see is the innovation. Here, neither you discover nor you invent. It is something like if you all have studied in your management class, say the manager or a leader, he doesn't do different things. To succeed in your life, you don't have to do different things every day. Same thing you do differently, you will succeed. So innovation is related to that. If you can study every day 4 hours, 4 hours, or if you know how to study, how to understand easily, that itself is innovation. It is innovation of process. And I don't know, but you guys may not practice that, but then in childhood we have done that. We used to have a small, the refill pen, those days was new. When we used to get imposition, we used to keep 4 pens together and then start writing. So once I write one line imposition, it used to be 4. Okay, please don't quote me anywhere. This is what the innovation we did when we were children in the school. Okay, so innovation has got no limit, no definitions. So now I have given 3 definitions. So even with this, how do I solve the problem? Problems remain problem. There is no definition you say, and you say there is no qualification required. But then irrespective whether there is a definition or no definition, the problem statement is known or not known, the problem remain problem. The outcome what you need is a solution. So if you follow certain steps, automatically you will reach the solution. What are they? First, be aware that is called perception. You perceive. How do you understand there is air? Because you perceive something is touching your skin. You are able to understand. That is called awareness. Okay, there is a problem. You are aware of that. Then you study some more beyond that. You gain knowledge on that. How you assimilate. Okay, hot air, cold air, breeze, wind, gale, all those things. It's a knowledge. I'm just giving you example of weather, so that day to day you see that, and a fan speed, all those things come into the picture. Then finally, when you know all these things, when the wind is too strong, what do? You shut the door, sit inside. If it is too hot, then open the door, let the air come in. This is the action. So repeatedly when we do, when you see your father doing, mother doing, it adds on to your experience, which in turn turns into wisdom. Okay. That wisdom is what will give you solution. I'm putting it in simple words, but then day to day you do. If the signal is not good in this room, like today your coordinator, moderator is said, sir, please switch off your video, you'll be able to talk to me properly. So that's how it is. It is a wisdom. He said 29 lectures we have gone through. So he must have gone through it a number of times. That is action. He has taken action, and now it has added on to his experience and wisdom. Finally, he gave me a solution. I'm talking to you. Okay. This is what the sequence as to how the problem can be solved. The same thing in a different methodology, because since you are engineers, you need to give it in paper. How do you present? Accept that there is a problem, that it is a reality. You cannot visual. Exam has to be written, you have to write. If you have to attend this lecture, you have to. So first is acceptance. Then define the problem statement. What is the problem? If you can define, it is almost done, half done. That means you have understood the problem. So that is why the definition is important. Sometimes there will be haziness, doesn't matter, but at least make an attempt to define the problem statement. Then generate options. Once you define, automatically you will know what are the options. If I have to go to say Chennai or any other place, what are the options I got? Okay, first I have to book a ticket. For that I need money. Okay, ticket. What ticket? Bus, train, ship, plane, or I take a lift and go. So options you generate. So based on your resources and based on the time limit, I have to reach Delhi by night, I'll go by flight. But I don't have money, then I'll go by train. I have enough time, I'll start walking only. So this is the generation of options. See, I must be maybe simplifying things. Okay, it's not because you don't understand, it is because my understanding in life is very simple things I follow. And identify or create technology and methodology. It's the same thing. As I said, we created a methodology of keeping 4 pens together and writing imposition. So 4 lines. If teacher gives 20 lines imposition, in 5 times I write, it is done. So you create. Or somebody else is doing, your sister or brother has already done it, or since I told you, tomorrow onwards you do it. So this is identify and adopt or create and use it. Update your practical knowledge. These all things will come only when you write. If you tell your in childhood, I've seen my friends who used to tell mommy, you write imposition. They used to do it. So they never learned how to write. So this technology also they will never be knowing. So if you want project to be done, most of the students whom I have seen, unfortunately, they go to one shop or the advisor guidance, whatever they are called. They go and say, sir, please, this is give me one topic, give me one product, give me one PPT, give me one report, everything give me. That is the problem. What I've seen. You all maybe you've got very good professors. They may be encouraging you and guiding you to do your project, but then most of the colleges where I've seen is ready-made. So if the product is taken ready-made, there is no ingenuity. Your engineering skills have not been developed. Then it is reflecting in that 7% of employable skills. Because you want to save money, save time, or you don't want to learn anything, you end up becoming unskilled engineers. So you got a 4-year certificate, but then nobody wants you in the company. That you will have to guard against. And develop domain expertise or collaborate. See, like everyone, when I give a question, problem statement, or anything, the first answer comes, sir, you're talking about drone. I'm a civil engineer, sir. So what? Civil engineer needs a drone for survey. So you are a user yourself, and you can tell, I want this pixel resolution. For my AutoCAD, I want this resolution. And then I don't want any vibration in the image taken. Otherwise, you will have to carry the total station and walk kilometers and kilometers. So if you can't learn yourself drone, at least collaborate with the guy who knows it. If you have to do a project on, say, robotics, so you need a mechanical guy, you need electronics, you need electrical, and then metallurgy also you require, maybe probably chemical engineer if you are talking of fiber. So for solving a problem, it is not my problem, it is a problem. Don't isolate yourself, don't isolate others as well. It's a collaborate. In any company, when you go for a job and all, this is what is going to teach. In the college, they make branches, streams, and subjects for ease of teaching, ease of understanding. Don't take that as the end product. That's only to prepare you. Only when you eat at home also, you eat rice separately or anything individually, you have to combine. Only then you will be able to make delicious food. Same way here. In engineering colleges, you are prepared. That is why in the first year you have combination of subjects are taught to you. You have that cross training as well. Go for the industrial exposure for that only to understand how industry works. So the problem can be solved only like this. Now, already I touched upon. Can any engineer do it? Sir, can civil engineer do? Can chemical engineer do? Can electronics? I am only a software. How do I make drone? The drone is a hardware, but then without software, drone cannot fly. Whatever he receives, he cannot transmit only without electronics communication engineer. Okay, the drone has to fly in the sky. So weather is there. It has to withstand that. Rain may come, wind is there, dust is there. So there has to be a chemical engineer who has to see, okay, this material will withstand so much of humidity, moisture, temperature. So any engineer, irrespective, not only engineer, even if you are a BA, MBA, BSc, it doesn't matter. Okay, I will tell why it doesn't matter. I'm not saying or I'm not discouraging you to become an engineer. You become an engineer. But then as I brought out earlier, you understand what is an engineer. Thereafter, the field you choose. Said, any stream can do it. Now, the actual topic, because so far I've gone here and there everywhere. Finally, at least I should tell what me or anybody else as a drone user need. Because you are waiting for the answer. Okay, what do you want, sir? Let me do it. But I have to tell you clearly, most often you won't get a clear answer. Especially I will quote an example. When you go for designing one poster for the flex, like today what you put for me, if you are knowing, you may do. Otherwise, what happens? There is one guy sitting there, DTP operator. You keep telling, okay, put blue color, red color. No, change it to green. Then put his photo on the right, left. You all can visualize what I am talking about. Almost all of us have done this. Why? Because I don't know what the technology is, and that guy doesn't know what I want. Exactly similar situation is there in the drone industry as on date. If you go to hotel, it is South Indian hotel, what you will get, and he knows this guy has come, only out of this he'll eat. You can't go and ask tandoori roti there. Here in drone, the manufacturers or the engineers still are evolving a lot of procedures and products, and the user are still not aware what are the capabilities. So anything I ask based on what I understand drone as. So I just summarized in one slide only, because after that I need to tell as engineers how you can make a concept work even without formal degree, and how you work with the entire team that will come subsequently. These are the requirements. First, if you see physical dimension and weight, because to lift a particular product, I can either, it's something like if you want to hit a mosquito, you can use your hand, stick, bat, or you can bring one hammer also, or big dinosaur also you can bring. So dimension, it should be weight to lift ratio. You all must be aware, the aeronautical students. Otherwise, even mechanical or anybody you take, the effort put in should commensurate or must be lesser than the output. Always we want to invest less and get more gain. That is same here. And then weight, it is also part of the dimension of the. This is very important because this will decide what material you will take and what will be the size, what will be the ratio, lift ratio, drag ratio, all those things. It is very important. If you don't know this, you want to have the best communication equipment, so you will have 10 kilogram weight transceiver. You can't afford it. Camera, you have a big Sony Handycam. You don't need it. Nowadays, you've got a GoPro cameras, okay, HD. So this all came because the people were concerned about the dimensions and weight. Then operation parameter. As a user, what do I need? I want to go fast, or I want to go slow. Endurance. I don't want to get the product every now and then, bring it here, change the battery, send there. If the drone can fly 10 kilometers, they say, DJ and all, they say 7, 10. Fine. Have you ever asked whether it is one way or two way? Because for him, it's publicity. Okay, what he says is true. It is like your bike 100 kilometer per liter. So we go and buy, but then we never read what is written in the fine print in lab conditions. So on ground, when you take it is 50 liters. He says, sir, in the lab it was 100. It's something like that. When I say endurance, it is mission can be completed or not. Other abbreviations I have given as an aviator, these are the terminologies we use. You may not have heard, or probably you may know. ROA is radius of action. When you said 10 kilometer DJI goes, or 7 kilometer it goes, 7 kilometer, is it one way or two way? So when you talk in terms of radius of action, you can say, sir, within 1 kilometer radius, it can fly. So wherever it goes, the shortest to reach you is 1 kilometer. So instead of saying 10 kilometer and you will never come back, you can say 5 kilometer or 5 kilometer two way, 10 kilometer one way. So this is radius of action. It gives you, like for example, agriculture spray people do. Everyone stands at the one corner, and then 10 acres or 20 acres of land. He goes all the way, and then within 2-3 minutes he comes back. Then the landowner says, "Sir, what is this? Not even half acre you're done." Why? Because the operator who has gone there, this guy doesn't even know what is ROA. You go to the half of the middle of the area, you go to one side where you can have a better radius of action. So this is an operational parameter, but without knowing, you can't go into the field. As an engineer, you should know what would be the requirement. Next is CP. CP is critical point. It's something like you want to change the course. Generally, in the colleges, they say first 1 month or 2 month time they give. Within that, you have to change. Otherwise, you are tied to that particular course. You can't change. Then you have to lose money or lose a year. So this is the critical point. Similarly, in the drone also, if I have to send the drone from point A to B, there is a particular point, depending upon the wind factor, weather, all those things, whether the drone will come back in case out of the four rotors or six rotors, two are gone. Now I need to recover it faster. Where should the drone go? Whether it should go to the destination or should come here. This is a critical point. So once he crosses, he goes there. If he doesn't cross, he comes back. It's something like while going onto the road, if you find on very few steps you've gone, if it rains, you'll go back home. And if you've crossed limit, then you go to the nearest place. This is one. PNR is point of no return. Again, it is similar like that. You entered the class, but you find the professor who is waiting for the homework. Now, after entering class, he cannot go out. You should have decided before entering the corridor. You should have asked who is inside, whether I brought or not. It is like that. I'm just saying, you are all sincere students. I was told by your professor. Good that maintain that attitude. The point of no return is the place where you are committed to reach the destination only. You cannot divert anywhere. So these are the terminologies used by the operators in the field. The same has to be brought to the drone industry as well. But then today, most of the drone people are novice in this field, in the field of aviation. They may be expert in the drone, or they may be very good in manufacturing the drone or designing. But then these are the critical things. When you are talking of BVLOS, beyond visual range line of sight flying, what your Swiggy also wants to do research on that. A lot of companies are bidding for it and they are doing experimentation. This PNR or the CP, ROA, all those things are very critical since you are going to join the industry soon. So please learn about these things. And then interoperability and redundancy. I have a drone for, say, agriculture spraying. Now suddenly I got a call, Madhya Pradesh, we want to do spraying for corona disinfectant, COVID. So now people are saying, how do we do? There's nothing, it's a liquid. It can spray any liquid. All that I have to do, I have to clean it, sanitize, and adjust the calibration, calibrate it, the spray, what rate they want. And the same way, after that, they want some heavy lift drone is required. People say not possible, drone cannot, DJI cannot lift, it can carry only. Why? The tank, its capacity is 10 liters, remove it. So that means I'm capable of carrying 10 liters. This is the interoperability, what I talked of. Redundancy. As I said, the quadcopter has got four rotors. So any rotor becomes unserviceable, it becomes unstable. So what do? You make hexacopter. You make octocopter. Redundancy. If two goes, the balancing can be there. And battery, you don't buy one like your bike, it has one battery, enough. But why? Because the energy is something else, petrol. You don't always roam around in your reserve battery, petrol capacity. Similarly, if you buy one drone, you have to have adequate batteries, you have to have a charger, spares, that's the redundancy of the system. GPS, dual GPS you have. Cameras, you have dual camera. All those things you think about it. It is applicable in almost all the fields, not only drone, but the drone because it is an aerial platform. You can't let your drone fall on the ground. Then comes communication. Today, everything is communication. Your mobile, computer, internet, and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, ATM, everywhere frequencies floating around. So the drone again, obviously, it's based on telemetry for controlling, data link, 2.4, 5.4. These are all very restricted and congested frequency bands. So as engineers, you have to find out. Now we have 25 kilohertz spacing, electronic communication will appreciate when it comes to communication. Can you reduce it without interference, without static? And security. The data, when it is being transmitted, what if somebody is intercepting my data? How will I encrypt it? How will I codify that? Think about it. If you start doing encryption, the real-time data is not available. So this is, again, you'll have to go into your computer science, electronics, processor speed, VLSI, all those things will come into picture. And then indigenous content versus import. Every country wants to keep the pie with themselves. They don't want to share it with the foreign country. And also, we want to develop our own drone manufacturing capability. So when you propose to DST or any other department, he asks, how much is indigenous content? Unfortunately, today, everybody claims that they are manufacturers of drones and all those things. it's very sad part. They claim that also, that we have done everything. But then when you say, okay, what did you do in this? Very few things, frames, the fibers. The drone is not the body alone. It is required. That design, fine. But how long we'll talk about that? When it comes to the chip, GPS processors and motors, still we are reporting. So as engineers, can you do anything? Because if you use GPS of a foreign country, he can track you. He can make the GPS erroneous. Your mission is failed. So that is important as engineers. Critical area, you have to work on this. Then environmental condition, which I told earlier, whether it is rain or wind, summer, because if the temperature is too high, the battery gets heated up. He comes back. Instead of 20 minutes, not even 10 minutes it flies. Then what do you do? So can you make any battery? This is a job of chemical engineer and electrical engineer. And then the mechanical engineer comes because the shape, size, weight, all those things, he has to compress and give it to the drone. So this is another angle or the user requirement I can say. The last, what the line I put is delivery time. Means you can't keep doing. We are telling from time immemorial indigenous. There has to be a time frame for any R&D. I'm not saying that you can tell that on so and so date, so and so time I'll finish, but at least say 1 year, 1.5 year, something. You should know. You can't dream of something and work indefinitely. Okay. And then training. It's not about training how to make the drones. After you make, then you say, sir, this is drone you fly. How will he fly? And what conditions he has to fly? What all he should have? That is also part. Ergonomics, basically, when you make a car, you say the car seat is like this and the steering is like that. All those things you talk about. So that you'll have to see. And then price. When you talk of money, ultimately everything boils down to economy. That's why the first slide itself I gave GDP. So it has to be affordable. You can't say the best I am giving you, but then the cost is in crores. Why should I pay crores for one drone just to take a photograph? Okay, that you have to see. You want to prove your technology, but then what cost? After sales service, this is another gray area in India. It's not about drone. Generally, any drone, you buy your mobile, what do you ask? Sir, can I get battery? Will I get spares? Do we have any service center in nearby in my home? This all you ask. So, but when you as an engineer give such a complex system, are we giving it? Sadly mistaken. No. If you ask, they say it is in China or it is in America or Japan. So then why do we claim ourselves as manufacturers and I can do this and that? So this is another issue. And finally, the quality. If your quality is good, rest all things what I did, quality of design, quality of development, quality of manufacturing, quality of process, quality of service, quality of time. If you use quality everywhere, then I don't have to give such a big list of user requirements. So as a user, as a company CMD, as well as a soldier, I am supplying drones to the Air Force, Army, also even for agriculture farmers, I am giving drones. So this is what I personally perceived the requirement of a drone. So now it is up to you as the students or the engineers to design and give me or give the society the drone which will meet the requirements, the drone which will be versatile, the drone which is of good quality, and the drone which can do what is intended by it at a price or affordable price, and also follow it up with the after sales service. This is the entire topic I've tried to summarize here. Why? Because I want to share with you this question. Can a student do it? This is the first question. So we are only second year, third year, first year, what can I do? You just read history, maybe engineering student. A lot of transformations and revolutions, a lot of ideas have been brought out by students in the world. Scientists have started their invention discoveries when they were students. And many rules, the dogmas have been shattered by the students. So if revolutions can be brought out, why a student cannot do drones? Because you have no limitation in terms of thinking. You are not bound by rules, regulations. You can dream big. As you grow old, your dreams become smaller because you are scared of reality. Okay. So students will definitely do. How I prove? Let me tell you this. A case study, because always you ask, sir, how do I believe that what you see is correct or not? For case study, I'm not going to talk about somebody who has invented a drone or anything. I will be talking about myself, a bit of my personal life as well. It is just to motivate you guys, not to say that I'm something great or anything. I will share with you what something I've designed and developed for the nation. By hearing that, you will understand what I mean when I say you need not be, specially designed for uh, making drone. It's only vision and your hard work. And then, as I said, collaboration. Collaborate with the people who know it. You don't have to be a batsman or a bowler as well as a wicketkeeper, captain, and coach. Need not be. Okay. So, as a case study, I may be digressing a bit. Please bear with me. Okay. This is my story. Okay, my father was a tailor, and at the age of 14, I lost both my parents, mother as well as father. And I was studying in Tamil medium
Your voice is breaking, sir.
audible? Good to hear anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you hear now? Okay, sorry. Handicap.
Yes, sir. Same, the breaking is coming up, sir. Actually, it's not very clear.
Okay, shall I continue? Are you able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope our screen is being. I'll share the screen again.
Yes, sir.
Right. Fine. Yeah. Internet is unstable still. I'll continue. Fine. When I was studying the. Okay, I hope you are hearing. I'm able to hear anyway. So, then we moved on to the college. From college, somebody told me instead of continuing with that name, that's the motto of the Air Force. They published. They said join as an airman or not. So I didn't know what it was. I've seen aeroplane only in this 1 or 2 inch size. So I just applied and I got selected at the age of 18. And afterward, I realized that I was not to become a pilot, which I was thinking that I'm going to become. I went as an airman trainee, aeronautical engineer, of course. But then I was not happy with the destination correspondence. Second year, I applied BA, and also I wanted some. I need to use my energy somewhere else also. So I became a boxing champion. I learned boxing in the Air Force. At the age of within 1 year, I became Air Force champion. I bet on Air Force champion, and then the study has been always my passion. So what I did, passed out as an airman at the age of 21. After a delay of 1 year, I completed my BA English Literature. Those days, for becoming a pilot, +2 level, you have to have physics and chemistry and maths. So, with that qualification, I appeared for CDSE, Combined Defense Service Examination, which today you are all calling CDSE is there. You have something called AFCAT also, Air Force Common Admission Test. Those days it was not there. So I appeared for UPSC, CDSE, cleared, and I applied for UPSC Civil Service Prelims. I don't know whether I cleared or not. I didn't even see the result. And then I cleared Company Commander for Special Services Bureau, and as a for PO also I cleared a written exam. These all things I did at the age of 22. Then first call came for becoming a pilot. Obviously, being in the Air Force, and anybody would like to become a pilot. So at the age of 25, I completed my training and became pilot officer in the Indian Air Force. So after joining as an airman, Jawan, I had the privilege and opportunity to become commissioned officer at the age of 25. And in spite of getting a job, my passion was not leaving me. So I continued with my studies. Since job is done, so I don't have to bother about which stream to study. I always MA I did in history. MBA I did HR because as a soldier I have to manage people. So I did HRM. At the age of 35, I did both. Then about 13 years I was flying in the Air Force. Total 2,000 hours of flying I did, and thereafter, in along with that, I have a lot of other things as well. I did. They are like missile operations. Like today, I'm retired after commanding a missile unit. At the age of 38, from flying, I moved into missile operations. I learned missile there. And then after 2 years, I was elevated to a position of commanding officer, head of a particular missile unit. And there I learned more about the air defense operation as well as the missile technology and how missile works, how the simulator works. I learned there. At that point of time, there was a challenge, problem statement, what I said initially. There was a problem with the simulator which nobody was able to rectify, and it was imported. We were not getting support, we were not getting spares from foreign. So now locally we don't know how it works also. We don't have drawings, nothing, because engineers, they ask, give me drawing, I will repair and give you. But then we don't have, and operators, I don't know anything inside, what is inside. So finally, at the age of 42, I started doing research. How do we overcome this problem? I had discussed with the professors, lecturers, scientists, operators, engineers, everybody, whomsoever I met. I kept asking, please advise me, guide me. Then I interacted with students, mind you, again, students of Periyar Maniamma University at that time. Now it is PMIST, Periyar Maniamma Institute of Science and Technology in Tanjavur. Okay. Many of the people across the country, they won't even know that there is an institution, beautiful institution existing here. I happen to personally meet the former Vice Chancellor, Dr. Nal Ramachandran. So educationist and visionary. He gave me full freedom. He said, sir, anytime you come to my university, interact with my students and my professors, guide them, get help, whatever help you want. The college or the university is yours. That was the confidence he gave me. So with that, I learned about engineering at that age. Even though I don't have a degree, I learned engineering from the professors and the students. I learned with the students and learned from the professors. And with that, I did something which I'll tell subsequently. In the meantime, always from my childhood, either I was to become an engineer, which I became as an aeronautical technician in the Air Force partially, but then medicine, which I was another passion, I had an option. So at the age of 44, I learned acupuncture therapy. Short course I did. Even though I am not a doctor, I can't claim that, but I'm a therapist. I can help myself, if not anybody else. Okay. Then 42 R&D, what I started, it took 3 years to fructify. And with the support of the professors, my soldiers who are 10th pass or 12th pass only, like me, and the technocrats, I have my own team of entrepreneurs who are engineers and non-engineers also. These people helped me realize my dream project, which is named Poems, which initially was read out. This is Poems, the name look like a BA English literature guy is writing poem. Poems stand for pneumatically operated electronic multipurpose simulator. My English I use for giving it a name, whereas it is a definition of the simulator what I made. So at the age of 45, India through different ministries, and also I was appreciated personally by Honorable President and Vice President for designing, developing, and inventing indigenous simulator for missile in India, and managerial skills, networking, and my technical expertise I used here. And besides that, most important was the actual knowledge from engineers, PhD, professors, head of the departments, deans, and all the department students, electronics, electrical, and even civil engineers helped me in designing my missile stand because AutoCAD. Okay, that is why I said there is nothing called which stream, which college. It is about the attitude. So in the bargain, when I talked about my life, these are the few things I want you to understand. When I went to the Air Force, I knew only one language. That's my mother tongue, Tamil. But then over a period of time, English also I picked up. So after that, I learned Kannada, Malayalam, Telugu, and then I got married to a Konkani, so I know Konkani also. This is again given by the Indian Air Force, I would say. And rest all qualifications, what already has been showed, I will not waste time on that. So the pinnacle of my career, I became the designer and project director of indigenous missile simulator for for the Indian Air Force, where I spent less than a crore. It's about 63 lakh rupees, where the saving to the country is thousands of crore rupees. No import required today. If you use the imported one, you use almost 7.5 lakh rupees per training. The simulator what we made with the help of the students of the Periyar Maniammai, we spent 35 rupees per training. Compare 35 rupees and 7.5 lakh rupees. Thousands of people are trained for over the years. This add on. That is why I said economy, the cost, pricing, timelines. And one more thing, this simulator was under indigenization for more than 7-8 years. But the team which supported me, guided me, with them we took only 44 weeks. It's a record in the R&D world. From the design scratch till induction, it was only 44 weeks. Again, that is the power of students. Why? Because the students, you are like me. You can imagine, dream anything. I dream only because I don't have the basics of science or engineering. You are qualified, but at the same time, you have the courage to dream. That is the basic ingredient of innovation or discovery. That's where the drone technology comes in. For drone, nobody thought that drone can do all those things. Somebody like you thought about it. And then you interact. Like in my case, I interacted with the scientists, professors, students to learn. I learned what is IoT, what is drone technology, how to use it for agriculture, automation, what does it mean, hybrid technology for defense. Because as I said, no single technology can solve any problem. It has to be multiple technology. So I called hybrid technology. And then today, after almost 30 years from the day I joined the Air Force, now I have about 30 plus innovative startups whom I guide and support for undertaking various indigenous products or existing product. I help them in designing things, producing things, and selling also. These innovative startups are not all old guys like me. It includes students like you all. Just last year who were finished, now they've started. I was a startup company. I guide them how to maintain accounting, how to register for GST. This is how it is. It is a collective growth. Okay. And besides that, we have MOU. Since now I got my own company, I have memorandum of understanding signed with industries as well as engineering colleges, including universities. Maharashtra also I have MOU with an engineering college. Tamil Nadu. So this is gaining from their curiosity, gaining from their industries. That's what I'm looking at. This is a give and take policy where you learn from me, I learn from you, the country gains from both of us. That is the thing. Undertaking Make in India project is my main job. For the Air Force, DGQA is Direct General of Quality Assurance. We do automation projects, we do drone projects, or anything, whatever they ask, we do that. And besides that, my personal mission is to motivate and guide professors. Of course, I can't teach them, but definitely I can guide them. And students, I can do both to pursue R&D. We all do projects. It's only to get mark. Professors do project because they get some points for promotion or for whatever it is. But then if you can transform or if you can translate that effort into a product or an application which can be of use to the society straight away, incremental knowledge or exploratory science, all those things are fine. But then when it comes to R&D, the end result, it has to transform into some product. The drone is one such thing. So ultimately, this is what is going to contribute towards the nation building. Okay. So now, since I talked about the simulator, what I did, if you see on the left top photograph, it is featuring the station commander of one airbase, and in the middle is Dr. K. Veeramani, Chancellor of Periyar Maniammai. To his right is Vice Chancellor and all the professors. In the photograph, if you see for your left, on the right top, I don't have to tell who they are. The Honorable President and Vice President. Along with them is the former Chief of Air Staff, and I am standing there in uniform in blue shirt. I was presenting them. It's a pride moment for me. And thanks to a team of students, professors, and my engineers supported me. I had the honor of briefing them about our achievement. What you see at the bottom in Hindi is a certificate of excellence given by Prime Minister of India. Then again, it is a team effort. It has been recognized, and it is one of the first Make in India project of the Indian Air Force to be patented. So that's a power of student as well as the innovation. You can do anything. You can't say a BA literature cannot do. No, it is not BA literature which has done. It is the engineer who supported me, the engineer who understood my words and concept. They made it. And when I said that I interact with the industry and institutions, I don't know if you know any of these professors and all. You must have interacted and met somewhere. It's a Priest University, St. Joseph College, Sandip University, Nasik, and Parashuttam Institute of Technology, and some space scientists, other engineers. I keep interacting with them not to give anything. Mostly it is to learn many things. That's how I'm able to do so many things. So, nothing can stop you. Remember, you are unstoppable as long as you let your dream come true. There is no technological limitation. Nobody thought that human being can fly. But then today we are flying so comfortably faster at so many Mach speed. And infrastructure, fund not available, R&D is not there. It's all only stories. There also you can do lot many things. There was no fund, the government. When I proposed my thing, finally the fund came. And since they spared that 63 lakh rupees when there was no fund, now the government is reaping the benefit of thousands of crore rupees benefit. Had they thought, why waste this money? You would have not got so many thousands. So it is a calculation. And education qualification is not a bar. Like I am at least now BA, MBA, whatever. But I have my inventor whose name is mentioned in the patent. He is only ITI. I have a PhD professor also, double PhD professor also in my team. And I have a guy who is a BCom and another guy who is ITA. So educational qualification, yes, it matters because they are not able to understand what I am writing in English. But the moment I tell him in Tamil, and thereafter nobody can beat him, irrespective of the qualification. So nothing. The education also cannot stop you. And you don't need high-class laboratories and machineries, nothing. All this missile simulator has been done in lathe and some CNC machine, college lab. This is where it was designed. Of course, manufacturing will require its own setup. But for doing innovation or the R&D, don't restrict yourself with formula and other things. It's only imagination and connecting things correctly. So these are all the things I wanted to share with you all. But then everybody comes, tells students, do this, do that, do this, do that. But then how do we translate the concepts into practicality? So how do you succeed? These are the two things. I don't have to go beyond also. If you have the right attitude, you can face any challenge. Same again, the first slide, what I said, attitude determines altitude. So any challenge you will be able to overcome. Second is the aptitude. Aptitude to learn. I didn't know. I was not an engineer, though I wanted to become. But then as I progressed, as I interacted with the people, as I understood the problem, challenges, I slowly turned into an innovator, an engineer. Even though I don't have a certificate today, I can at least talk. When you talk as an engineer, I can understand what subject it is. If I can't give you an advice or a design. This is what I call duos of success. Then three M's of success. You can see it. Man, machine, mission. I'm sure there must be a lot of women also. Don't worry, the women is not specified. Why? Because man is already part of woman in the world as well as in life also. So the man, if you look after the man in any industry or a college anywhere, he or she will create a machine or they will maintain the machine in such a way that the man and machine put together will accomplish any mission. Now let us take the concept of drone. You have a drone, you have a drone operator or a designer. If both are in sync, then you can do any mission, whether over water, in the sky, or high altitude, whatever you name it. The mission success is based on these three M's. This is not applicable only for drone, for anything, even for my missile. That was the fourth M. My mission was to make the missile simulator. I could achieve because I had the right people and I had the right machine to create my simulator. And the mission was to make the missile simulator, which we did. So, four cornerstones of success. Because to balance, you have to have four cornerstones, which I already told you, the motto of my company itself. Educate yourself and others, equip yourself with the knowledge, skill, and others also equip with some knowledge, skill, set of skills to understand what is your capability or your product's capability. And then finally, empower. Empower them with your knowledge and product, and empower yourself with money or opportunity. Become industry ready with soft skills. It's not only attending classes or lectures like this, what I give. Soft skill, you don't have to go anywhere else. If you are an electronics engineer, are you confident of opening your TV and see? Now, I'm not telling go and break your TV. I'm saying why you have to go to one mechanic who is not even diploma probably. Mixie, it's unserviceable, you call electrician. If the fuse is gone, you call electrician. Water is leaking, you call plumber. When we say we are engineers, are we doing the basics at least? Name what I say is soft skill. Let's put it as a life skill. These are things required. For everything we are looking out. And that guy he could not become an engineer, that's why he has gone and become this all. Or maybe probably he has the passion for that. But now you are dependent on him. When I say I'm an engineer, I should be able to do my job at least. So that's what will make you industry ready. Consider failures as stepping stones. As I said, losing parents, joining Air Force instead of becoming pilot technician. Boxing also I lost bouts and I gained medals. So don't stop once the failure comes. The stoppage should be after probably achieve success. Make the failure as your stepping stone to the next level. And don't wait. Somebody will come campus interview. Before you finish your degree, somebody should be waiting for you to come out. I've seen students like that. I picked them up. I made them into owners of their own company. It is possible. So these are the four cornerstones of the success. And like your Panchabhudam in Sanskrit and Tamil, what we say, five elements of success. Don't shy away from problem. Don't run away. Face it. Either you overcome or you learn something from it. Otherwise, the same problem will come tomorrow. Again, you will run away. Carry out SWOT analysis. What is SWOT? Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. You can see challenge also. Every situation today, whether to attend this lecture or not, there is an opportunity. If I attend this, I will miss out my class or I will not be able to play. That's a challenge. Now you choose. And strength. What is my strength? Can I understand what is going to be spoken about or not? Weakness. I'm not good at maths. How do I compensate? I have to study extra. So it's not only for this, everywhere, continuously, every day, every moment you carry out. While jumping from a building, first floor or something, one must be doing often. You think, can I jump? Anything will happen, 10 feet, my leg will break. Last time it happened. This is small little things, like exam also you say, I'm strong in this subject, so concentrate more on the weaker subject. Then I will come back to the good one. So that is SWOT analysis. Convert obstacle into opportunity. Earlier I said, the challenges or the failures to be stepping stones. So obstacle need not be always failures. You like I found English was my obstacle. So then I picked up English literature as my subject. So that is sailing through all these years. I'm able to speak at least with the people, and I'm able to convey in writing that English. I know the technical thing. A lot of engineers are handicapped because of language. You have invented something, you have discovered something, but you are not able to convey what you want to convey to the examiner or interviewer or the person who is giving you the funding for your R&D. That's issue. And then learn latest technologies. I don't have to teach, which you all are doing enough. Most important, being not because I'm MBA, HRM or PhD I'm doing, human technology is very, very important. Your professor, Mr. Karnakaran is known to me. We know, so immediately he tied up. And he knows Mr. Gokul, he said, please coordinate. How now, whatever little I knew in life, I'm able to communicate to you. That gives me immense pleasure. Similarly, you all must have interacted with all giants in the field. I'm in the basic level. Till I'm yet to learn so many things. But still, I'm able to connect you. This is human technology, which is already there. You have to only use it. You can't do anything beyond that. But irrespective of all these things, whatever you become, the president, prime minister, engineer, CEO, CMD, stay grounded. Be on ground. Your feet must be on ground. Not that you are getting some 20 lakh package, so you are something great. Doesn't matter. That is your skill set. But then you are a human being, stay grounded. This is very important. Don't say, I am an engineer, this is nothing, it's only 10 plus 2. Just I mentioned, ITI guy, he sits in the chamber of vice chancellor and has a discussion about the product because he is an inventor, he is an innovator. So that is the respect what you get. So that I would like to say. And as engineers, just before concluding one more slide, that's all. Remember, whatever the books you're prescribed or read are only for guidance. Not that don't follow, they are guidance. They have to be updated, upgraded, added on. Value addition is by practical experience. So for that, you have to become practical engineer, which I mentioned about your TV, mixie grinder at home. Be practical engineer. For that, you have to develop interest in R&D, how it works, why it cannot work better, why can't I do it differently. This is what will keep your mind ticking and doing something great. Visit industries. Don't wait for your professor to say, I've tied up with that industry. Go and do internship. Don't wait for invitation for that. Go and ask yourself, what will they do? They may say, no, not possible. But then when you go for job interview, or when he comes for job interview, no, this is the guy who was very keen to come to your office and see what is happening. He might appoint you without even interview. Think about this. Involved in their projects. Because see, in my case, if anybody can come to Punjab, most welcome. I have a lot of projects. I have a lot of doubts about how things work. I can't learn everything. So if somebody has got an idea, please approach us. You can put email. Subsequently, I'll show my email ID also. This is how you interact and create an opportunity. Don't wait for somebody to come and give lecture like me. Read a lot. Maybe reading novels, online, Kindle, all good. But then read something about your own field as well. Update yourself. The syllabus, it takes a lot of time to upgrade. By the time you will finish your course only. Publish papers. Right. The moment professor says submit your thesis, you are scared. Then you run to that guy who gives ready-made for money. No, nothing. What will happen? It will be wrong. 1 time, 2 times, 5 times, 10 times. But one day you will learn it. Do that from the day one. Submit proposals. Submit. It will be rejected. You may not get funded. It's applicable for the professors as well. A lot of professors have the hesitation. I don't want to fail. Fear of failure. Please overcome that. Be abreast with the cutting edge technologies. The most classical is this drone, what we are talking today about. Okay, so acquire knowledge on economics and marketing. The first slide, GDP, again I quote, economy, that is more important. You have to be wise enough to optimize the expenditure, increase the profit. Only then your company will retain. Otherwise, he will not pay you salary also. So now, when I said about job, I just a few things. The slide is small, otherwise the list will go on. I put it ABC of career choices. It's not as per the priority. Aerospace industry, because I'm talking to aeronautical engineers and others. And don't please confuse that aeronautical engineer only can become aeronautical engineer in outside the world. It is electronics, electrical, anything you do. Aerospace is a sector. So don't restrict yourself that I am not an aeronautical engineer. Even if you are a communication engineer, chemical engineer, you still have space. Mr. Gokul, whom I spoke some time ago, he himself is a chemical engineer, I said, but then he is in aerospace, ISRO. Banking. I've seen many of the engineers going to bank only. I don't know why. Of course, bank is now totally technology driven. And then corporates. Corporates, I put it in generic. It may be Infosys and your Mahindra, Reliance, whatever you know it. All these MNCs and corporates, you go anywhere. Defense services. See, I personally have been benefited being a soldier from 10 plus 2 till reaching the PhD level, doing R&D. And then again, believe me, when I said I did a missile simulator, just imagine you go to any department or any other, even in your institution, say that, sir, I want to make one missile or an aeroplane or anything, even in your own sector, you are an electronic student, can you go and make one mechanical thing? They will say, no, you go and do yours. That's the mindset what we have. That is made why? Because you are not yet tuned to the industrial standard. But in defense, I was given the opportunity, irrespective what is your qualification, doesn't matter. You have the caliber that you have to prove. I did it for 28 years of experience, what I shared with you. So obviously, the people have got understanding. Everybody may not get this chance. So if you are keen in joining different services, somebody may contact me, or if you know any other defense officer or soldiers, you may approach them. Entrepreneurship, everything, whether it is aerospace industry, banking, corporate, defense, it's ultimately you have to be enterprising to do something. So entrepreneurship is not only doing business, anything else also. Okay, so today drone industry especially, there is nothing called a drone company. Everybody calls themselves company to be only one guy like me sitting there. So don't think you will join some drone industry. There is nothing called drone industry. They are all buyers and sellers, maybe at the most fabricators. So if you want to do on your own something, you have to be an entrepreneur. Not only drone, any other thing. You are your own boss. And then last I put, but then always I believe the farming, agriculture. This is the most important. You may fly any thing, Su-30 or Rafael, any aeroplane, but then eating has to come from the agriculture field. As engineers, what have you done? If you are aeronautical student or aeronautical engineer, your drone can be used for sensing, surveillance, pest control, low cost they are using, spraying, herbicide, pesticide, all those things. And sensors can be used to check whether the water is required or not. Solar panel is to be switched on or not. Motor can be switched on by IoT. All those things. So this is where you can help. It's not that farming means immediately you go and take the plow and plow the land. No, that also you can do. But then simplify the process. Bring in higher technologies. So the cost of production will reduce. The people will not run away from the villages, which is a big problem today. Today, the statistics says 51% of the population are involved in agriculture in India, but the GDP contribution is 17. One third of the production. If you see the service industry, the production is more. But then, believe you me, the service industry includes your trading also. What is he selling? He's selling the same rice and all other things. It's all again economics. You have to understand the basics. If he is not farming, if he is not doing the agriculture, how will he sell the product? How the service sector or the trading sector will go up? Understand this. That is why your contribution in farming is also important. So with that, I've come to a conclusion of my what you call speech. Generally, I interact with the people since it is webinar because of network problem. I'm not able to see you all. So this is my address, contact number, email ID, and web. You are most welcome to contact me and seek clarification. Pardon me if I am not able to respond to you immediately. You may have to wait, or I will ensure that you get a reply sooner or later. And this is the address part. With this, I finished, and I thank once again the IEI Tiruvallur and the other organizers, and the organizer, Mr. Gokul, Mr. Karnakaran as well, who tied up. And thank you very much for the students for giving patient hearing in spite of the technical hitches which I had. So now I have finished my discussion, and to end with, I would like to say innovation by instinct. This is the catchphrase. This is how I've come till this stage. I have not gone by formula. I have not gone by any theorem. By instinct, I said, okay, something has to be thrown. I don't have explosive. What do I do? Okay, throw it with the spring or hydraulic or air. I did it. Now I have saved thousands of crores to the company. Okay, I put it in simple words, but then it took 3 years for me to do that. Okay, with this, I once again thank you all. I'm open to the questions. Please go ahead. Mr. Gokul, over to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I think you are the you people are the real hero of our country. Definitely. Even though as we are seeing your profile itself, it's like we are very proud. Even though you are an IAF and again continue to keep learning, and got lots of appreciation till the first citizen of a country, which might be a president or prime minister, and still you are learning it and you wanted to make it up your knowledge source to be deployed to the younger generation. So I think instead of taking the cinema stars and cricketers as hero, people should take as a real hero like you people, like IAF officers and the military, because you people are serving our nation in the border and making us very proud. Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening session. Definitely, I think we are very proud and we salute you. for this wonderful session. Definitely, I think these kinds of a patriotic session is required because we see that Abdul Kalam sir, I think he has entered into IAF and he want to become a pilot, but he could not able to do. But again, after becoming a president, he was in a fight or flight. He went into that and he came back. So that is the wonderful scenario what we have seen. Same way, I think we are also seeing you. Definitely, I think your contribution is going to pour much more. And definitely, IEA also supports with you and will also join with you and taking much more the innovations and technology for the students. I think now, intern, I think you can start with your question. I think first question has come from Minabi.
Okay,
Uh, she has put in the chat box.
I'll just see chat box.
Yes, sir. She asked how to do a drone image analysis.
Okay, I'm not able to see the chat box. Probably selection is not right. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, how to do the drone image analysis? Is he online? Can he speak? I need some. If you can explain what he means by his question. If you can unmute him.
Yes, Minabi, you can unmute and you can even little bit more.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Manavi, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. My question is how to do a drone image analysis.
Okay, fine. I'll answer it in the simple terms. Let us forget about the drone. Image analysis. Are you aware of image analysis at least first to start? Image analysis you must have studied about?
No, sir. I have not studied, but then I have attended a webinar few days back.
Okay, fine. See, the two different technologies. The advantage, what I said about the drone is that it can take any technology as part of its own. So the image analysis is already existing. We call it image processing, video analytics, and face recognition. All those things are already existing. The only thing is the platform is changed. Instead of the CCTV or any other camera or the webcam, now we are using the drone. Now the next question, if I understand correctly, probably the drone is flying live. Can we do? Okay. That challenge of analyzing or processing the live video still exists. There is a delay, especially when you encrypt. There is a delay. So processing, if you ask simple question, yes, possible. We can do analysis of drone. That is possible. Like if I put, okay, where is Manabi, you track, I put the image, you can be tracked. So wherever you go, I'll follow you. If there are 4 people, I'll say, mark Manabi, it will be marked. So that is possible, first. And second thing is the development part. There is a scope for development. If you are planning to go for that image analysis of drone, it's a very good field. Ultimately, drones are extensively used for image analysis or the surveillance. It's a good scope. It is possible. Only thing is people like you should come and make it work better. Okay.
Thank you.
Next.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I think we got from another next one from Anurag. Sir, what are the post-COVID opportunities in a different sector?
Why, I don't know. Okay, there is nothing to do with the COVID when it comes to defense. Whether COVID, no COVID, tsunami, no tsunami, defense is defense. They have been working round the clock. There is no restriction. So if you are interested in joining, definitely you can do. I think recently there was some this thing, what do you call, notification for joining the Air Force, AFCAT. Twice in a year, generally they do. February and August. This year, I think it's delayed because of COVID. Please check in the website of indianairforce.com and in Google you can search for it. For engineers, they have an additional paper called the EKT, Engineering Knowledge Test. Otherwise, any graduate can do. Flying branch, every branch, it's a short service commission, permanent commission, administration, flying engineers, all can apply for it. That AFCAT, Air Force Common Admission Test. And then if you are interested in becoming a permanent commission pilot, then you have to appear for CDSC, Combined Defense Service Examination conducted by UPSC. The opportunities are plenty. And similarly, Army, Navy also. And you guys are always with the mobile in hand. So please register in them and put one alert also in that. Whenever some update is there, you will see. And for your information, in the Air Force website, they've got one 3D video game sort of thing where you can fly the aeroplane through simulator. That also you will enjoy. And there is a site where you can test your military skills as well as. It's not to decide whether you are fit or not. It is to tell what it looks like. Okay. So I think scope, there is no time limit. Anytime. Even now, if you are interested, you can join. Okay.
Great. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
We have from another from Manikanda Prabhu. Sir,
Okay.
your views on drone carrying blood to the respective hospital. Is it possible?
Okay. Yeah. See, blood. When you say blood, there is nothing special about that. It is carrying medical. Already, I think one movie also was taken, if I'm not wrong, about some uh, organ was taken, and in Bangalore or somewhere there was a demonstration also. No issues. It can be done. The government is already working on that. BVLOS. Like as on date, the government says as long as you can see the drone, you can fly it. Beyond your visual range, you should not fly. That is the rule as on date. But the government has already decided to relax it. So it is going to be a great help, especially in today's scenario where the traffic is so much. So if a drone can go, but imagine before getting into that, on road when you are used to hundreds of years, we are not able to manage the traffic. If everybody starts flying, your Zomato will come with your idli and your Domino's will come with pizza, and in between you are going with the blood. Think about it. So before getting into that, we make road, but then bigger than that road is our car. So as engineers, we plan how UTM, urban traffic management or unmanned traffic management, how to design that, how to regulate the traffic, how to create a drone landing pad, all those things. The hospital should be equipped. So that's the corollary I would love to give. Otherwise, carrying not only blood, other organs also you can carry, emergency medicines you can carry. If the ambulance is somewhere stuck for 4 hours, yesterday I was told in Itarsi, this is Madhya Pradesh, my friend was traveling, he was stuck for 4.5 hours at one single place. The distance between his place and home is 25 minutes. Okay. So this should not happen in the air. Otherwise, it's a good initiative it would be, but then regulations have to be adhered to. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Thank you, sir. There's another question from Avinash. Is a lengthy. Sir, in
Okay.
what way internal and external factors contribute an engineering students
Okay.
to encourage them towards innovation, and as an individual, how can we as a students work on this point? Because if a student studies in a different area of interest, but he want to make to do something with a project like drone, that is first time, then what he has to do and how the external forces or external sources help to achieve it.
Okay, good. The question is big, but only thing what I can understand is Avinash wants to achieve something. That's the first thing I understood. Congratulations. At least you thought about it. So you almost done it. Once you thought that you have to achieve something, then automatically the way will come. Your whatever number of years, innovation has got nothing. You must have seen in the movie or some advertisement it comes where the guy, if he come late, the professor says get out. So what he does, he comes the reverse way. So when the professor sees him, he says, "Where are you going? Come inside." Okay. So I'm just it's a small anecdote I want to say. If you want to do something, nothing can stop you. You are here to learn. When you go to your professor and say, "Sir, I want to do this," or you go to your senior, if you are a second year student, go to the third year student, he will be doing his project. You say, "Bhaiya, I want to learn this. Rana, tell me, guide me." He will be more than happy to guide you. And then today you've got so many YouTubes. I'm sure nobody is studying 24 hours. You have enough time to develop your skills, and you don't ask for a syllabus or a special period to learn how innovation is to be done. Innovation is not taught, it is inborn, it comes out. If you can do something on your own, you will do it. I can teach you how to innovate. Okay, one. Two, it is time management. When to do what. If I become tired by studying maths, I take physics book. If I'm bored of physics, then I go to chemistry. The mind you, never becomes tired. It's only your heart. Okay, this is all psychological lessons. Okay, you never become tired by studying. You never become tired by doing something. You get bored or monotonous, so you change. So have a schedule. That is why your college has electronics, electrical, this subject, that subject. You keep changing so that your mind becomes freshened. Mind always become relaxed after learning a new thing. So if you follow this, external is not required. Innovation is internal. External is only your father has to give money, professor has to guide you, and maybe your friends have to join you to do a product. That's all. So these are the three things. For that, as I said, human technology. You should be able to convince your father and others also. You should be able to do. But then I'm glad, Avinash, you are thinking in a right track. All the best.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. Maybe I think Avinash is again. I need some guidance to make self-drawn. I have interest on it. Definitely, I think Avinash, you can contact sir. He has given his mail ID as well as contact number, so you can contact sir in offline mode and you can discuss it. Thank you so much. Uh, okay, yes, sir. I think no more further questions. I think from any intern. Any intern you wanted to have any further, I think you can put in chat box or even you can unmute and you can ask. No more, I think. Sir, yes, I think no more, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful time at this evening of the first week day, Monday. So definitely, I think the inspiring talk was, I think it is need of the hour. Definitely, I think in this COVID situations, there might be like some kind of confidence or hope the students would have lost it. I think as an IAF, like Indian Air Force officer, so a person like you has to motivate since these people are the next gen, like younger pillars of a country. And definitely, I think the supports what you are given, we are so delighted. And from the organizing team of our Institute of Engineers, we are highly happy. And thank you so much, sir, for spending your valuable time. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. All the very best to the participants. Best of luck. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir. Thank you.